Hello everyone and welcome to this Video Sans Frontier video. My name is Jay Wakefield and today we have something that we've seen before. This is another IBM ThinkPad X24 laptop. Now this machine, I got it because, well, I sold my other one, kind of missed it, so I got another one. I think I got it for about £5. And it has a 1133 megahertz processor, Pentium 3, and 256 megs of RAM. And, well, I suppose we can have a wee look around it. It's quite small, and this one does not have the Ultra base that I bought for my other one. But if we have a look on the left, there's headphone and microphone sockets. Jings, you can barely see them there, but there they are. A slot for something that I really don't know what that's for. It could be for a CF card. I probably should find out what it's for. Hang on a minute. Right. Let's have a. Let's see if I can. There we go. One PC card Type 2 slot. Infrared. On the front you've just got the catches to open the lid. And some brackets to hold it into the Ultra base. You also have the hard disk caddy, a vent, a USB port. And then on the rear there's a Kensington lock slot. ACN, VGA, another USB port, headphone socket, I believe headphone or microphone, Ethernet and modem. So this machine is basically a subcompact. It's basically the equivalent of what a netbook would have been. If you want to find out more about the X24, my video, I did do a previous video on it. Now, let's power it on. See, now I thought that this didn't come with a hard drive. I was mistaken. So, powering it on just kind of powers it to the IBM logo, and the CMOS battery is dead, naturally, so I have to sort that out, but one is on its way. To date, oh, it's actually remembered, yeah. It's just, yeah, CMOS battery's on its way out rather than completely out. And then, ooh, what's this? Never mind. We'll get back to that. So now this. So as you can possibly see, someone's very kindly installed Windows XP on here. Nice. And it takes quite a while to load, obviously. Because XP RTM, well, that would have worked. Service Pack 2 and above. No. Just, no. Really, just... yeah. But there it is. It's Windows XP. You can see there you've got your desktop and your start menu, taskbar. a lying battery bar. You'll know from my R61 videos how much I love that thing. Someone's put Microsoft Office on it. I think it's Office XP. Not entirely sure. I think it is, though. Yes, it is. Very nice. It's my favourite version of Office right here on this ThinkPad. Now, that's fantastic. I wonder if this is one of the ones with the wireless. I honestly don't know. See, because I had... What have I done now? I hit a button and now the machine's a way to power itself down. Why has it done that? Oh. So, I mean, that is Windows XP. However, I don't want Windows XP on this. Let's have a look at which version of XP I'm running. It's running Windows XP Pro Service Pack 2, which isn't so bad, actually. I'll give it that. I think it's Service Pack 3 and the post-SP3 updates that... Yeah. This has got, I think, a 30 or 40 gig hard drive. But I don't want Windows XP. In fact, I would like to reinstall this machine's original OS, which is Windows 2000. And I've just found out that I think I can. Because, remember that screen I pointed you to earlier? If I press F11 at the right time, watch what happens. Oh yeah, this is something special. You don't normally get these on second-hand laptops because... What? Why is this running Windows 98? What I seem to have stumbled across here is a recovery partition. Oh yeah. So I can either perform a full recovery, where I can reformat the hard drive and install Windows 2000 device drivers and pre-installed applications, or view the system utilities. Well, let's have a look at the system utilities menu. I can create a recovery repair diskette, a startable diskette to restore access to the IBM product recovery program on the hard disk, or run the Windows 2000 emergency repair utility program. No, we're not going to be doing that. Now, what we're going to do is a full recovery. The IBM recovery program will restore the software provided with your system onto your hard disk. You shall only use this utility and the recovery CD provided with your system for the sole purpose of restoring this software onto your hard disk. Any other use is expressly prohibited. Once restored, use of this software, including your use of Microsoft Windows, is subject to the terms and conditions of the applicable licenses which were provided with your system, including the Microsoft End User License Agreement. Do you accept these conditions? Yes. The product recovery program will delete all files from the operating system partition of your hard disk. If possible, back up any data first that you want to save. If you have a problem with an individual program, you might be able to solve the problem by simply reinstalling that program instead of running the product recovery program. The product recovery program is intended only for irrecoverable system problems. Run the product product recovery program? Yes. If you continue, your hard disk will be formatted and all the files will be deleted. Attention! If you continue, do not turn off or restart the computer until the recovery process is complete. You want to continue? Yes. How interesting. This looks a lot like a compact recovery program that I used to restore. Well, this kind of looks like 2004 era compact restore program, meaning compact we're still at it, try to copy IBM in every single way. Nice one, just, yeah. So this seems to be running awful quick. So, yeah. So now I'm going to restart the computer. And now it's inflating a load of files. No, I'm kidding on. But while it's away inflating files, I did think that first step was a wee bit quick. While it's away doing that, I guess this will take a while. Never restored one of these machines before. I think it's time to go and make a cup of tea. So that's quite interesting. While I've been away, it seems what it's doing is it's going to install everything of its own accord. So it'll be actually quite interesting to see how it does it. There we go. Setup is starting Windows 2000. Examining disk configuration. Lovely. So now it's away checking drive C for errors. as Windows does. And yeah, as I thought might be the case, away it goes installing Windows 2000. So I'll come back to you when it's in graphical mode. So the the computer is actually onto the final parts of Windows 2000 setup. Like I said, I mean, this is quite exciting. I've never done an OEM restore of Windows 2000, and it's quite fascinating to see that IBM logo there. See, oftentimes Windows 2000, I mean, Windows 2000 will basically just come with business class machines, which oftentimes won't have a recovery CD. What you would typically get instead would be the operating system installation disk, along with the CDs for drivers and any applications that may have came with the system. So to actually have a system recovery that includes Windows 2000 Professional it's something that is actually really quite new to me, I have to be honest. But as you can see now, we really are on the home stretch. I mean, all it'll have to do is just kind of save settings. You know, that takes a couple of minutes, but then it removes any temporary files used, which literally doesn't take too long at all. Be quite interesting to see if this formats as NTFS or as FAT32, because obviously the hard disk would have to be FAT32 for the MS-DOS based Windows, the MS-DOS based recovery program to have actually worked. So it's just now saving settings. So I'll be back as soon as it's done that. So Windows 2000 is now being restarted. So it'll be quite interesting to see what happens here. My prediction is that this will be like restoring an early Windows XP Packard Bell, whereby it will go ahead and, you know, it'll just basically go and install all the applications one by one. So while these specs may have not been enough for, you know, a later version of Windows XP and running modern day tasks, these are perfect for Windows 2000. And even back in Windows XP's time, you know, they would have been fine, you know, on Windows XP when it first came out. Please wait, IBM customization is in progress. Internet Explorer and Internet Tools, it's installing IE 5.5. I find it interesting that that's the first thing it went to. Internet Explorer 5.5. That's a way to install the video driver now as well, which is very grateful for that. I did wonder about it only being an 800 by 600. So I wonder if this will install stuff and restart along the way, or whether it'll just install it all itself and then do a restart and what have you. The trackpad driver seems to have installed itself. So I think I'll just leave this and come back when something interesting happens. Like, oh, excuse me. Like, for example, the addition of the Access ThinkPad icon to the desktop. So now we'll get to see what happens next. Now, of course, Internet Explorer starts up. Well, the Windows update. Go ahead and finish setting up Internet Explorer 5.5. Oh, and that's nice, you get the latest version of Media Player. Well, the then latest version, obviously. It was obviously wouldn't be that recent, the new. You get the battery bar as well, but it's still configuring stuff, so once again I'll be right back. Oh, wait. No, it's shutting down again. So I think that, yeah, I wondered when that other version of Windows was going to, well, the version of DOS was going to be deleted. From the start menu, so the Windows startup menu, so that's it away. I'm just amazed at what you can do, you know, in a recovery, you know, just what you can actually set a computer up to do auto-magically. And it's quite fun to see it at work as well. Aha! Now this is what Windows 2000 setup looks like in full colour. Yeah, we never got to see this before. So, welcome to the Windows 2000 Setup Wizard. This wizard installs Windows 2000 Professional on your computer. The wizard needs to gather some information about your computer to set up Windows 2000 properly. Click next to continue setup. So this must be where I accept the license agreement and what have you. Now my locale is the UK, but this keyboard is the US layout. See, we've got the @ sign above the 2, double quotes above the speech marks above the apostrophe, and the / key is there. So yeah, so that's all set. And actually I want to delete the United Kingdom keyboard layout, believe it or not. So I'll just type my name. There we go. And I can type in a computer name and an admin password, so I'll do that. And an admin password. And then it'll ask to set up the network. So yeah. So that is the first bit of interaction I've had with the computer since I told it that it was okay to go ahead with the system recovery. Okay, so now I have an administrator password, so I'll type that in, and now we have our fully configured ThinkPad. So when I stop this coming up, I'll see if it's at the right resolution. I suspect it is. Yes, it is. So being a PC Dr. DOS, create PC Dr. DOS disks, PC Doctor for Windows 2000, config safe. Naturally, being a business machine, there's not much in the way of pre-installed software. I mean, you know, if you buy a business machine, you're not going to get the fripperies that you would have with a home machine like Microsoft Word, Works, photo management software, that sort of stuff. These machines were literally just configured to be, you know, just set up. You know, literally designed so that an admin could, you know, plug them in and put them on the network. In fact, a lot of business machines, what would have happened is they would have just had a standard system image deployed to them. So, you know, having a recovery partition, you know, might have been a wee bit of a moot thing, really, because it might not have ever been used. But for the smaller businesses where they don't have image deployment, this is just kind of perfect, because it's just a machine. And then you just install what you need. You're not bogged down by loads of bloatware, because time is money. And if a business, you know, and if a business is going to buy your product, it has to be the most efficient. You know, business users are seen as being quite streetwise, shall we say, compared to home users. You know, this is why I always like business laptops. Not necessarily because, I mean, okay, that's going to make me sound like I don't like preloaded software, which I do. I like preloaded software as long as it's good stuff, as long as it's stuff that the user might use and not just a load of bloated trialware, which is what seems to happen now. You get, you know, all these games on your computer, and then you realise that you click on them and they're all just basically links to, oh, you can buy this game, and then you have to uninstall them all, and it's just a pure nightmare. But business machines in general, they are generally built better than consumer grade machines. They generally have better upgrade options and are easier to service. And like I said, the software bundles on them, you know, it's just literally the operating system and whatever it takes to run the operating system. And then obviously the IT will obviously go and install what software they need on it, rather than just letting, you know, it coming with loads of junk from IBM. Anyway, and if someone was going to make a business machine, you'd want IBM to do it, because IBM stands for International Business Machines. Which is why Lenovo builds it. Never mind. Let's have a look at what we have. See, now my old X24 actually had inbuilt Wi-Fi, and it had Bluetooth as well. I mean, that thing was just loaded to the nines. This is, I think, a more basic model. It's still got the same processor and what have you. It's got an IBM Travelstar hard disk, ATI Mobility Radeon, and that's something else I like about these X24s. See, now, I've had a T20, a T21 and a T23, and they were all just terrible. But these, oh, it's only got 8 megs of video memory, how cute. These are better, actually, I've got to say. These systems are generally much better. I mean, the screens on the T20 series were horrible. The graphics, S3 Savage, ew. But, you know, by the time things like this came around, it seemed that IBM had really kind of bucked their ideas up quite a bit. I'm going to order an Ultra base for this so I can actually use the CD-ROM drive, you know, and what have you, and use that to install software. But I will be able to install software using my external until the Ultra base actually arrives, until I've actually bought it. Now, if we have a look at this, we have the onboard screen display. Something which you have fun and games configuring on a modern ThinkPad. You have a ThinkLight, which is something. Even I use a ThinkPad as my daily driver. It's a obviously a more recent model. You know, and even that still has some of the stuff that, you know, machines like this introduced. And it still has, although actually now the button's called ThinkVantage, not ThinkPad, but it's still the same. You know, you've got access to all the, you know, various components inside your computer. And I think, oh, wireless networking. I want to know all about it. Using Bluetooth. I wonder if it has these things, but they're turned off. Your computer has a power button. Bluetooth power button. Yeah, I don't think this has any of that. Wireless networking setup. Whoa! So I might have a look at Quick Connect. Let's see what kind of networking. So I might see if there is wireless on here, so I'll just have a quick wee look. Now this does not seem to have wireless. Oh well, never mind. Never mind. To be honest, it would be kind of useless now in this day and age. Anyway, that has been a wee look at the ThinkPad X24. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please feel free to subscribe and to like my page on Facebook. The URLs, of course, will follow. But for now, thank you for watching this video.